Hi everyone, welcome back to Spiritual Growth Tarot. I'm Denise, and this reading will be for Donald John Trump's Thursday, October 1st. So a couple of things first. I wanted to let you guys know, a lot of people ask why I do the videos so far ahead, and it's because I'm on the Pacific Coast, he's on the East Coast, I have a lot of viewers on the East Coast is actually more important. But so in order to have the videos uploaded ahead of time, you know, because everybody wants the video like on this video will be for Thursday. I'm doing it on Tuesday because everybody wants the video a day ahead, so they want it on Wednesday. And I need to make sure that it's uploaded in time. And I'm in rural Oregon where it's slow internet, and sometimes the internet goes out. And so to make sure the videos are uploaded in time, I always have to do them like 2 days ahead of the actual day that all the events are happening. So there's that. So I wanted to explain that. And then I'm going to link an article in the description area, and I want you guys to make sure that you read it. It's from a wonderful writer named Greg Ollier. He has a really good sense of humor, but aside from that, he's one like Heather Cox Richardson, who does a lot of homework and fact-checking before they write. And he's written a wonderful article about taking heart in this election and all the reasons why he believes that we're going to be safe and that we're protected. So but of course we have to vote. There's that. Okay, so now that that's out of the way, so my 7 cards for Donald Trump. Okay, forces in motion, challenges, what he's really feeling, whether we see it or not, what he's doing, whether we know it or not, karma. And of course it's accruing, and of course it doesn't expire, and until he does his healing work. So that's the future. This is the outcome. Ooh, interesting. Okay, so this is 9:30 in the morning that I'm doing this reading on Tuesday. I have not seen the debate yet. That's Joe Biden. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and draw the Lenormand to layer over. So forces in motion, challenges, feelings, Donald Trump's real actions, his future, and the outcome. And if anybody has questions about why I draw the cards the way I do, because I get a lot of them, I did a video just on that, so search in my library for it. Okay, so forces in motion with the tarot, we have the King of Cups, which of course is my Joe Biden card. The forces that are in motion is that for Donald John Trump, he's up against an opponent who cares, who has emotional integrity. Now, of course, no one's perfect. No human on the planet is perfect, and neither do they have to be. Deep inside of our core, our true essence is perfection, but even inside of Donald Trump, believe it or not. But the problem is what happens is that we have these layers upon layers. It goes like this. It's like our core. Imagine our core in the middle, and then we have our soul substance, which is layered. Which you can also look at it as being, let's say, the core is our higher self. Then we have our soul substance, that is our lower self, and that's a layer, and it can be who knows how many miles thick, And then we have another layer, which is our mask self, which tries to cover up the lower self. So Donald Trump's mask self is, and many politicians are like that. And I'm not saying Joe Biden, but the dark ones. They have a, I think, somewhat of a polished lower self, so that it's hard to see through the mask. But those of us who are wise enough, we can see through it. And it explains why his followers don't see it, why Donald John Trump's followers do not see it. It's because they have not done the work yet to bust through their lower self. They have their mask self that has this identity that says, oh, I'm a patriot, or what, you know, whatever, all this other stuff. They haven't done the work to break through that false self, which is the mask self. And if they do that, then they'll dive into the lower self and really start doing the work. Or you can do the work with both at the same time. But that takes a tremendous amount of higher self grounding to be able to heal that. And because he doesn't, you know, Donald Trump has not done any of that work, you know, it's probably going to take lifetimes for him to heal from the damage that he's done in this lifetime. So that's the way karma works, kind of in a nutshell, and it's much more extensive than that, but that's not what this video is about, so I'll get off my little soapbox there. So anyway, with the King of Cups, we're in that realm of emotional integrity. We're in the realm of being able to flow with the waters, with the river of life, with the stream of life, with the forces of life and the love. And they're usually very, very caring. Now, when they are attorneys or politicians, or because they are of, you know, it's usually, a King of Cups is usually a professional man. But they're emotionally balanced, and they have control when they're healed, which, you know, the straight up position, you know, they're balanced and healed. They're very generous, and they have control over their emotional reactivity. Unlike Donald Trump. You know, he's literally every day moving and, you know, revealing his emotional reactions constantly. And that's why we see the projection all the time of what he's actually doing, you know, like he's having to get shots and snort whatever, you know, every day to get him going, and then probably pills a night to put him to sleep. And I do think he drinks. I think he lies about that. You don't have a family full of addicts, and you know, and I mean, his father, of course, was a workaholic. I think they drank heavily too. But anyway, you don't incarnate into a family full of addicts, which many of us do. I certainly did, and I had to heal that. So, but anyway, you don't get to get into that realm that Donald Trump has incarnated into without, you know, having to heal and do your work. But until you do your work, you know, you're either in that codependent category where you're dependent on the person who's dependent on the drug or the work or the alcohol, whatever it is, and or you're an addict like them. So I think he kind of vacillates between both. So anyway, but back to Joe Biden here, we're looking at emotional intelligence and emotional integrity. And that's the forces in motion now. And I have a feeling, you know, of course I'm reading this ahead of time, and I don't know what's happened at the debates yet, but I think that Joe Biden is going to, like, wipe the floor with him. And he's definitely going to prove that he doesn't have a mental problem. And I don't know what Donald Trump is going to do, but I believe from, you know, the debate forward, this September 29th debate forward, it's a whole new ball game, and I really think Biden's in charge. Okay, yeah, here we go. There's the forces in motion. So the Nine of Swords brings in the element of high anxiety, high anxiety. And so his challenge is now I just heard Joe Biden is his biggest nightmare. So, okay, I don't think I need to elaborate on that anymore because I just heard that really clearly. Okay, now his real feelings, we have the King of Swords reversed. Interesting. I'm thinking that he's let me see if I can get clearly what this is on a simple level. He's feeling like I've got my, you know, dirty Bill Barr to come and get you. I've got a way, you know, to get you. He's feeling like he wants Bill Barr to rescue him. He's feeling like the abusive tyrant. He's not a dictator, he's not an autocrat because he's not that smart, but he wants to be. That's what that is, I believe, on the feeling level. What he's actually doing, ooh, we have the Chariot. Okay, so possibly that has to do with him just pushing forward from his will. Just from his straight up will. Oh, that reminds me, you guys. You know that grand tableau with this little Lenormand deck that I use? Remember that I told you that I had it all laid out? Well, I picked up some messages on a different level. If we look at just his health for this week, from the 26th down to the October 3rd, the cards went, it went like ship, heart, well, you know what, rather than go through all that, I'll just tell you what the message, because I should have pulled them out and put them out here so I could show you. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow. But anyway, the message that I got was that with the ship, it could have to do with his liver and gallbladder, or could be vertigo too. Like if you look at those cards that I got just for a health level for him for the week, we're looking at liver, gallbladder, vertigo issues, heart issues, and then issues with addictions, and then raging and like egomaniacal type of tendencies is what I felt. And then with the cards at the bottom, I believe he could end it because the tower was there, which has to do with, in the Lenormand, the tower is medical centers, possibly. It's definitely governmental. You know, it's all types of institutions, but medical centers is one of them. And I'm thinking that he could fly into some type of rage that could send his blood pressure up like crazy. You know, gallbladder, liver. You know, liver is the seat of anger in Chinese medicine. I remember years ago how that clicked in for me sitting in a CPR class. It was like, whoa, you know, the bile, the liver, and it's like it flashed on me because I'd been studying Chinese medicine a little bit then. But so anyway, this like rage that could come up could send him to Walter Reed Hospital is what I got. So between now and October 3rd, that's a very real possibility. And I could be totally wrong about that too. So, but we'll see. So karma. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't really address this, did I? His actions, the Chariot, it's just simply like moving forward with your will. Has to do with traveling, being on the road, doing his rallies. But I think he's going to be extra willful. I mean, it could be on one level for him successful because this is a success card. But I mean, it's more about, it can be like a victory card, but it's more about just willpower and, you know, it can be negative, like self-assertion. You know, you really have to temper. That's why we have the black and the white, you know, sphinxes here. Sometimes in different decks they're horses, but they represent power. And this, you know, is about going the right middle way, which he doesn't go. He's hell-bent. He's hell-bent in the wrong direction. So I think that's what that's speaking to. Now with his karma, oh my goodness, we have the Four of Pentacles. So his karma has to do with, and this is accruing, has been accruing. It's not just for this day, and it's not just for, this is not his complete karma. This is just part of it. We're just getting little snippets and we're tracking patterns with these readings. But this card to me means greed. It means in his terms, in his world, it's greed. It has to do with him holding on to all of his money or holding on to any bits of money that he can get because he thinks that that's, you know, how he gets the love and approval, that it's how he thinks he has to be in order to get the love and approval that he has never, you know, given himself, because he doesn't deserve it because he hasn't done his inner work. So this is very controlling, and it goes well with this card. So he just moves forward in order to control his finances. But it has to do with self-protection and materialistic ways. So, it's one of the facets of evil. With evil, it has to do with, cruelty, which you have to be apathetic, which would be like the Four of Cups, which I've gotten for him many times too. So it's with the forces of evil, we're dealing with lies, we're dealing with materialism, and we're dealing with apathy. And in order to be cruel, you have to be apathetic, you have to be numb. That's how the cruelty comes through. So that's all that for him. So, he has karma in those areas. So I guess at some point, in order for his soul to heal, he's going to have to lose all his money. And then, maybe he'll open up to his pain. Maybe. I don't know, honestly. I don't know. So I'll just keep going because that's so up in the air with him. Okay, his future. Well, I think maybe he's going to be talking a lot about his taxes being the star with The Apprentice. The star can also be very revealing too, just like the sun. Naturally, if I got this card for one of you guys doing a reading, I would say, it has to do with renewal and faith and hope, and never give up the hope. But with him, it just doesn't jive, So it could be that this is just one of those imperfect readings where this card should have been, reversed, and he's feeling hopeless. I don't know about that. But I do feel like the stars at night, I do feel like the message is that we live in a world, we live in a universe, we're in a web of love and protection. And if we believe that, that is exactly what we will have. But with his future, he doesn't believe that. So he has to make himself famous. And this goes with, the information from his tax returns, in that he's made most of his money with his branding. And that, without that type of sort of, kind of like star power, which he isn't really, he doesn't have anything. So, okay, and then the outcome for him, we have the Knight of Pentacles. So that has to do with just, like plodding forward, trying to, trying to conserve some bit of his, having some semblance of security. Yeah. Okay, let's layer the Lenormand, because I don't really have anything clear on that, other than he's just trying to hold on. All right? Especially for dear life, because it's Joe Biden that has the control. And remember, these two cards, we always have to remember, these two cards are the most important. So, okay. Yeah, so the forces in motion, the locomotion that is moving across the United States has to do with Joe Biden. Joe Biden is the force of change. And he's ahead. I think we could look at this as being like one of the United States cards for, in the Lenormand, in this particular deck, which is, it's called the Maybe Lenormand by Ryan Edwards. And it's not just Lenormand, it also has some gypsy cards in it, which is why I like it. So, yeah, so moving forward, it's like that place where America has a lot more emotional integrity than Donald Trump will ever imagine. And so that's why they're going to get behind Joe Biden. Okay, and then the challenge for Donald Trump, ooh, he's being watched. He's being observed. Yikes. That's really challenging. Because it's not just us watching what he's doing and everybody seeing everything that's, seeing the tax returns, right? It's not just that. It's also that that I think he's being spied on. I think he's being watched. I mean, he definitely has everybody's attention right now, that's for sure, but for all the wrong reasons. And the locomotion moves pretty fast across the land, and it's very efficient. And this has to do with domestic travels, of course, because that's why I said USA. But this could also have to do with, if this isn't Joe Biden, this could have to do with like the coronavirus turning out to be his biggest nightmare, because this is a watery card. But also something to do maybe with public transportation. Maybe Elaine Chao is in that mix, because she's the Secretary of Transportation and she's a very dark figure. So, okay, these are just possibilities I'm throwing out there. What he's really feeling, with the tree card, he's not feeling healthy. When that comes up in a reading, that's usually a health issue. Let's keep going. Oh, yeah, okay, so a health issue with his mind. And the coronavirus. This is partly the coronavirus, where this is a mist. Clouds are a mist. And the dark side is towards his greed and his control. Oh, this could have to do, maybe Joe Biden's going to be coming out, because the way with tarot and Lenormand or any divination system, it's layered. So another layer to this could be that Joe Biden gives voice to the fact that we could have been much, much more protected way, way, way ahead of time had we had known. And part of the guidelines would have been to send at least 5 masks to every household in the United States, and says, and with a letter or something saying we sincerely recommend that you wear these when you go out, and get some more on your own, but this is a starter kit, kind of thing, and all these guidelines to protect us. But he didn't do that. Trump didn't do that. So that's on him. Because of his greed. He didn't want to do anything to slow down, domestic business. All this is health consideration. Instead, it's like he wanted to suck all the life force he could, because the tree roots suck. He wanted to suck out all the life force he could from the United States, rather than be the healthy individual that could have cared. He didn't care is the problem. Wow. Okay, so adding on to the karma, with the karma there, we're talking, it'll be revealed. His greed will be revealed. His greed will be revealed. Oh, and you know what? I did it again. Okay, so I have to draw another card, but... So the future for him is that the news, see, the star does reveal sometimes, will reveal, the news will be revealing. Maybe the star represents, like I got the, for yesterday's reading, the Queen of Cups reversed, and one of my beautiful viewers, Susan, had told me that the New York Times is known as the Gray Lady. So she thought that maybe that's what the Queen of Cups was about. And I totally agree with her. I tend to agree with her. But maybe the Star is another newspaper. Because this is about news. News coming towards him. And it will reveal something. Okay, but I need to draw another card for the outcome here, because I I didn't count right. Okay. Yeah. The lion is all about pride and ego. Yeah. And that's all he's got. That's all he's got is this fake facade image of him being, somebody that's, powerful. And he's just not. He's just not. It's just a big lie. Yeah. His secrets will be revealed even more. So I think that this is saying that more information is going to be coming out, of course, as we move towards November 3rd and just in this whole month of October, because what's his name? Bob Woodward. He has there's still tapes. He said that he wouldn't reveal it all at once. That's gonna trickle out, hopefully within the next 2 weeks and not any later than that. But then again, it could be a little bit at a time. But hopefully the most damaging stuff will come out in this next week or two, because there are many states that are voting early. So yeah, my prediction for this day is news will reveal even more of his greed and his darkness and his, sucking up all the air, sucking up all the abundance, trying to take all the life force, trying to take all of the abundance from the United States, because that's what he is. Well, actually, he's kind of an equal opportunity offender. He'll go with any country. He doesn't care. He just sucks it all up wherever he goes. But he's got a nightmare on him, and he also has spies from, I believe, maybe from even other countries, but definitely our counterintelligence operations here. Spies, excuse me, revealing secrets about this egomaniac in the White House. Oh boy, all the new laws that need to be created to protect us. That's another article. I think it's in the Washington Post. There's wait, hold on. Actually, I have it here. Yeah, where did it come from? Right. It did come from Washington Post, and it says House Democrats unveil reforms to prevent future presidential abuses. It's written by Karun, I can't pronounce his last name. Demurian, maybe. And I don't know if it's Karen or Karun. I don't know. I don't know if it's male or female. But anyway, so yeah, I just jotted down a couple of notes about it. But so they have a big package of reforms. And probably, of course, it won't go through until after, we get Mitch McConnell out of there. But it's like a brand new measure to restrain presidential powers, and especially to grant pardons and declare national emergencies, and to prevent federal officials from enriching themselves, and to accelerate the process of enforcing congressional subpoenas in court. It also includes provisions to protect inspectors general and whistleblowers, increase penalties for officials who subvert congressional appropriations or engage in overt political activity, and safeguard against foreign election interference. Wow. So that's our work, is to make sure things like these go through once we get rid of this monster in the White House. So, okay. That's all I have, you guys. Thanks, and take good care. Bye.